This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I've just got done finishing my Malox and Pepto-Bismol cocktail. After having to sit through the 2017 Grammy Awards, it's the same stuff we see year after year, pushing agendas like I talked about, making political statements, people like Katy Perry, pushing the transgenderism. Absolute nonsense. It's the same thing every year. Like I've been talking about the Super Bowl, the Grammys, and the Oscars, all in the month of February. This is a massive indoctrination period for them. They're beating the same drum over and over. They're showing the same symbols, and they're pushing the same agenda. So let's get right to it, because literally, as soon as I turned my television set on, I was greeted by this thing. I guess it goes by the name of CeeLo, who was covered in gold. Nobody who was talking on the show said anything like it was a big deal. They just said, up, and here comes CeeLo. He's dressed in gold. He's covered in gold paint. But actually, what this is actually a satanic ritual, which I've exposed on this channel before. This is called gold leafing. We see it now, the Super Bowl. I'm sure everybody saw the Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial with the Colonel Sanders guy dressed up in gold. I've done a video on James Franco going through an initiation process with Marina Abramovich. Those of you who remember Marina Abramovich, she's the one who is involved in the spirit cooking, the one who's good friends with all these celebrities like Jay-Z and Lady Gaga. You know, the one who has exhibits where she promotes cannibalism. In that video, she does the gold leafing to James Franco. And it's not a surprise that gold was the theme of the night, because the gold leafing ritual that they perform, literally, they're making themselves literally gold statues, because they believe that they're modern gods. That's why all the Egyptian gods are gold. They have the gold statues of them all. They literally consider themselves to be the same thing, that they're gods walking amongst us. And the gold leafing is just one of the rituals that they do. So what else do we see? After getting past this, I couldn't even breathe for about 2 seconds when I saw it. I mean, it's absurdity. This world's absurd, and nobody blinks. It's just, oh, there's this guy CeeLo covered in gold. Looks like he took a bath in gold paint. No big deal. What else is going on the red carpet? Who are you wearing? It is unbelievable how dumbed down these people are. These shows are just absolutely pathetic. These red carpet shows. I mean, who cares what they're wearing? Most of the people aren't even wearing anything. They're half naked out there, for crying out loud. So then we get to the red carpet. We see this guy flashing up the devil horns. Of course, he's got his son, his little child there, flashing up the devil horns. How adorable. Isn't that adorable, folks? Indoctrinating your child with Satanism and occult symbolism. What a great father. What a great role model this turd is. And what's the first thing we see as it goes live on the air? We see the ritual circle, which has been a common theme at all of these Grammy, MTV award show type shows where they perform music. They perform the music, which is witchcraft. Believe it or not, I know some of you might really enjoy the beats and the sounds. It's because it's witchcraft. Okay, a spell's being put on you. I'm laughing because it's ridiculous how obvious this stuff is. They're literally performing it inside of the ritual circle. You see the circle on the outside? When they perform black magic, they have to perform it inside the circle and bring over whatever they're trying to bring over. So we see the ritual circle, and of course Adele performing her satanic song, Hello, which I've covered, which in backmasking, she's really saying hello to Satan, which isn't a surprise, and that's really what the song is about. Then as the show goes on, we see cube symbolism, more Saturn's cube. You'll see this in every single show. This is always going to be there. Cube, cube, cube. We see it with Rihanna. We see it with Drake. We see it all the time. We saw it at the Olympics, Super Bowl, you name it. Cube symbolism right there. And again, this represents Saturn's cube. Now, this has nothing to do with Satanism, but it's just putting this in here because this is just what our society is about. Two guys, never heard of them, win an award, go up on stage and take their pants off. No big deal, right? There's little boys probably watching with their parents. It's only 9 o'clock when this is going on. Maybe 8:30 on the East Coast. 5 on the West Coast. So these guys just go on stage and get in their underwear. No big deal. Through these award shows, they're going to be naked. Of course, they're promoting Beauty and the Beast as the show's going on. Not a surprise, they're promoting the bestiality film that features a woman falling in love with the Baphomet. But that's another story for another day. Because we have to get to the Queen. Queen Beyonce, who looked like she was under complete demonic possession when she was performing this really awful song, which had so much subliminal brainwashing in it, where there was just audio of her talking over the sound, saying all types of subliminal messaging to the audience. But you could see her here in her gold outfit. Not a surprise, right? Gold is the theme. You could see on her head, paying homage to who? ISIS, right? We see her paying homage to ISIS. Oh, or should I say the Statue of Liberty, excuse me. Another common theme we've seen with Beyonce from the Super Bowl, and that is the Kali symbolism, or some of you say it's Shiva, but it's really the deity Kali, who is a demon that people worship in different cultures. And Beyonce has continually used this symbolism. But this is where it just gets more blatantly obvious and in your face. You've seen pictures, I'm sure, in the past of the ritual circles where witches are always gathered around in the circle, holding hands, and people go, what are they doing? Oh, they're singing Ring Around the Rosie? Is that what they're doing? You can see the ritual circle line up from these women lining up around Beyonce, paying homage to her. Because remember, she is the quote-unquote queen bee of the occult. That is her job. It's why she constantly is getting rolled out at every single show, singing over and over, brainwashing people, and then pushing agendas. Here she's pushing the women's agenda, feminism, women's empowerment. But we see them even performing a ritual around her as she's inside of the ritual circle. And then, of course, when she wins an award, what a surprise for her quote-unquote best album, we see Jay-Z in the front row flash the devil horns to her as he points to her. Just flat out flashes the devil horns right to his quote-unquote wife, throwing up the devil horns. Just, normal stuff that Satanists do to one another to communicate, but of course we're all crazy. They just love throwing this symbol up, which apparently means rock and roll. Then we get to this guy, Bruno Mars. I could not and do not understand what people are so interested. This guy is about 4 feet. Sounds like a little girl. This guy's just out there singing about sex and all that stuff, but look right behind him. What a surprise as he's singing inside of the pyramid as it goes from white to red for Bruno Mars. Then we get to another false idol who's being rolled back out. Like I said, I say it in most of the videos I do, they continue to recycle these people, right? That's why Rihanna's kind of on her break now. Katy Perry's back. That's what they do. So Katy Perry is now back. And of course, she's wearing her black and white. Of course she is. Her duality, as above, so below. Somebody's got to wear it in one of these performances. So you see her in her black and white duality, as above, so below outfit. We see her throwing up devil horns, throwing up the peace sign, more satanic hand symbols, which people have been indoctrinated with, where they think it means one thing and it really is an occultic symbol. But they've been brainwashing people to throw up the peace sign for quite a long time. Yeah, she's just up there going, hey, everybody, world peace, world peace. They operate in codes. I've said it a million times, and I'll continue to say it. We see lightning, lots of lightning flashing behind her, another common theme. Lightning representing Lucifer's fall. From heaven, it appeared as lightning. That's why you always see lightning symbolism, lightning bolts on their clothes, David Bowie with the lightning on his face. It's not because they love thunderstorms, folks. And of course, somebody's got to do it, right? We get Katy Perry ending the video with "We the People" behind her. Everybody stands and applauds. Obviously, this is a message to Donald Trump. This is more divide and conquer garbage. All of the Illuminati puppets stand and cheer, "We the people!" Woo! Absolutely embarrassing. But like I've said a million times, they have to push these agendas. And let's not forget the transgender agenda. I already covered this. How we have transgenders handing out these statues, the false idol statues, which is just unbelievable. But this is what, this sickness that's going on. There's a new show featuring whatever this thing is that comes out. This is a transgender human being here on stage saying, this is a message for all my transgender people out there. Okay, I've talked about how they place homosexual characters in all these shows. It's done deliberately. All of these sitcoms, all of these reality shows have a homosexual character in it for a reason, because they know it's brainwashing and it's conditioning. You're going to see as funny as it sounds, okay, because my jaw dropped. There was a commercial with this thing in it for some new TV show in a courtroom as a tranny being a lawyer, and I thought I wasn't sure if I was watching Saturday Night Live or something. They are going to start placing transgender people in all of these new shows, little by little, And it'll get to the point where there's a gay character and a transgender character. I'm telling you that. This is how the conditioning works. That's why you're seeing it more and more and more and more, and people are going along with it. It's laughable because it's so unbelievable that people are buying into this. I guarantee you the elites are cracking up that they've gotten the masses, that they've gotten them on board with this. That a man's identifying as a woman, and they're probably just shaking their heads laughing. Oh, can you believe people are buying this? I can't. I'm embarrassed to be a human being right now because the mentality of the human race, it is so dumbed down that they can get away with this crap over and over and over. And last but not least, we got Lady Gag Barf on Me Bag as she came out to perform with Metallica, which was actually the highlight of the show for me. I'm glad I actually caught this part before I had enough and had to shut it off. It was funny because the singer for Metallica, his microphone wasn't on. So I got a good laugh watching these Satanists look like fools. His microphone was off and he was singing the whole time thinking it was on. So all you heard was nothing except loud noise from these 6-year-old Metallica who just, I guess, also they rolled out of the geriatric ward to perform tonight. Last year, I remember they had the Hollywood Vampires with Johnny Depp and Alice Cooper looking like absolute buffoons on stage, absolute fools. This might have been even funnier. Gaga running around screaming. Just absolute noise and racket. But then, of course, Lady Gaga, because it wasn't funny enough that his microphone didn't work, Lady Gaga tripped and fell, which was pretty funny. She stumbled, but it was still pretty funny. For me, at least, I'm glad I was able to get somewhat of a laugh out of it when I saw that. Because to me, I find enjoyment in when these Satanists look like fools, when they're trying to indoctrinate people and brainwash them. And that's what Metallica's been doing for a long time, along with Lady Vomit Pale. They've both been indoctrinating people for a long, long time. So this was the Grammy Awards. It wasn't as over the top as it's been in years past, but it seems like they're kind of toning it down a little bit and they're focusing on the political movement, but they're still going to have the same symbols. The ritual circle is going to always be there. The pyramids are going to be there. Okay, you can even see people in the clothing that they wear. A woman had pentagrams on her dress and crescent moons and lightning bolts and all this stuff. It's always going to be there. Lightning, black and white symbolism, the hand symbolisms, the devil horns. And to me, what I felt was the most common theme of the night was the color gold and using the color gold, which we're seeing a lot. We're seeing it a lot now and doing the gold leafing, not just that fool that was dipped in gold paint like an absolute buffoon, but the color gold. A lot of them were wearing gold dresses and gold ties and all types of gold coloring. Okay, these people, remember, they think they're Egyptian gods. They believe that they are reincarnated Egyptian gods to rule over us, and we're the goyim to them. So don't forget that. And that's a theme I think we're going to continue to see throughout the years, the color gold being used over and over. But again, it's the Grammy Awards 2017. I hope nobody out there had to suffer through it. It was very, very difficult to get through. It is so bad. The music is just atrocious. The puppets as they come on stage with their fake smiles and, you know, how they're told to stand up at certain points, like when it says "We the People" behind Lady Gaga. Everybody's got to stand and applaud. Of course they do. That's how the brainwashing works. So this is just another indoctrination for people out there. Total waste of time, total garbage, more of the same, so to speak. I thank you guys for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.